Hey, what is up, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Here we are once again, another opportunity for me and you to hang out right now and just talk about some Jesus, see what he's got to say, see what he can help us with, and what's going to go on. I just want to take this time once again just to thank everybody for the videos and that you've watched and the things that the comments that I've gotten back. And there might not be on there, but y'all have given me good feedback, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all coming back for some more, man. And I'm so excited. And I thank God for everything that's going on. It's a big deal to me. I know there's not that many subscribers, but there's a lot of views and there's a lot of people being seen. And the thing is I'm sure there's more going on after this, and I'm sure there's other people, getting the chance to maybe get the encouragement to go talk to people about Jesus, and that's what it's all about. They don't have to mention me. I mean, it helps because it helps grow my channel and it helps me reach other people. But the thing is you're still helping me reach other people because of the fact that what you hear from me, if you're going to spread that and you're telling people about Jesus, then that's the goal of this channel. And that's really what it's about, all right? So, with all that being said and everything that's going on, let's get into it, all right? Okay. So, kind of what we're talking about is with things going good like this, and a lot of times, we get to the point where we'll be on a high and everything will be fine and everything will be good, right? And then we'll get to a point where we start worrying about subscribers, or we start worrying about views, or we start worrying about likes on Facebook, we start worrying about likes on Instagram, we start worrying what people say about us, stuff like that, or people not texting back fast enough, or calling us back, or wanting to hang out with us as often, or something like that. And because of that, we start to lose our self-awareness. We start to lose our self-esteem, right? And then we get to a point where we start to become depressed, okay? And that's kind of what I want you to get from this video, and I kind of want you to understand from where I'm coming from today, okay? Today we're actually going to be in Romans 3:23 and 3:24. I know I've mentioned it so far about every time I made a video, but this verse just resonates so much with me. And see, actually, I was going to do a video on the fruits of the Spirit, but a couple days ago, this verse kind of came back to me, and it started weighing on my heart a lot. So I felt like that I should start looking into it and seeing what I could get from it, see what I could see, and that's just kind of what's happened, and that's why we're here today and talking about it again. It's because it's very important, because of the kind of world that we live in. It's all about self-sustaining. It's all about, oh, did somebody like my picture? Oh, are they going to call me? Oh, why aren't they texting me back? Oh, I didn't have anybody say happy birthday to me on Facebook, And we start to build up our credibility. We start to build up our self-awareness and everything that's going on. And we start focusing on that. We start putting our faith and our trust in that. And, oh, well, I got 14 likes, or I got 73 likes, or I got 10,000 people to comment, so I must be doing good. And then you go to the next day and you don't get nothing, And so we start to be like, well, maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe people don't care about me. Maybe, they're not calling me back. Maybe they really didn't want to hang out with me. And the thing is we need to stop putting ourselves in that situation and stop focusing on just that. Because that's not where we get our self-worth from. We get our self-worth from Jesus. Because he's the one thing that can fill that void, okay? And that's why we're going to start off today in Romans 3:23, all right? And we should know it by now because I keep saying it, but like I said, this verse just means so much to me, and it just shows you how live Jesus' word and means, and just like I said, how live the Bible is, because the fact that I'm able to use this verse several times and I'm getting several different things from it, and we're going, all right? So we're going to start in Romans 3:23 and 24, all right? And it says, all right, you ready? It says, "For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and all are justified freely by grace through the redemption that came by Jesus Christ." Okay? And here's the thing. Sometimes we get down on ourselves, we get depressed because we're doing really good, and then we do one thing that screws up, and we let that ruin our whole entire day. And we're like, oh, well, now we can't do this because I screwed up, or I did this, or I did that, or no, I can't actually do this, so I'm going to get down on myself and feel bad about myself because I'm not getting where I'm supposed to be. I'm not getting the likes I'm supposed to. I'm not getting the comments. I'm not getting the phone calls. I'm not getting the text. I'm not getting the messages that I'm supposed to. I'm not getting the people to come and hang out with me like I'm supposed to, okay? And That's why we have to remember what Jesus just said here. Or actually, it wasn't Jesus, it was Paul, okay, had said this, all right? Because we all have fallen short, because there is no one righteous, all right? There's nobody that has done something like this. We're not perfect, okay? So we've all fallen short. Paul's fallen short, our pastors have fallen short, our deacons, our friends, our family, the most faithful Christian that we know, most Christian that you know, they've fallen short. They aren't perfect. They can't do anything by themselves. They're not going to get themselves to heaven. The reason why they have that joy is because they have Jesus, okay? And that's because they understand this, that we have all fallen short. All right, and what's really important is in what's verse 24, okay? I'm going to repeat this again. All right, and it's all are justified freely by the grace. And that's where we're going to stop right now. We're going to talk about being justified, okay? What does it mean to be justified, okay? It means to be declared or to be made righteous, okay? And so what that means is that Jesus has made us justified, okay? So he has made us righteous. Not what we did, but because of what he did. And what did he do? He came down here on earth and lived as man and did not sin, went to the cross and died so that we may live, okay? And that's why he has the power and the honor, and he's able to do this, because and to be say you are justified because he gave the ultimate sacrifice of laying down his life for another. And that another is me, it's you, it's your friends, it's your family. Whether or not we take that gift or not, he still did it for us. But he's still there to justify us by grace if we're willing to accept that, okay? And that's something that we have to start thinking about, is that there's nothing I can do to be 100% right, and there's nothing I can do to be the big flashing lights, to be the big popular person, to have everybody like me, because you know what, it's just not going to happen. We're not going to please everybody. We're not going to necessarily meet the goal we want to, because the thing is once we get to that goal, we're going to always want more. We always want more money. We always want more friends. We always want more cars. We always want more stuff, right? And that's why we need to remember that it's not us who makes us righteous. It's not us that makes us who we are. It's Jesus who makes us who we are because of what he did when he died on the cross, okay? And that's why it's important that when you start to get down, you just remember that there's nothing that you can do to make something right or wrong, but it can be Jesus, okay? And so we're going to continue a little bit farther into that, all right? And now we're going to go to, and through the redemption that came by Jesus Christ, okay? And so therefore we get to the redemption. What does the redemption mean? It means brought back, free from distress and from harm, okay? So that's how he's able to make us justified and make us righteous, because he takes us out of those places, right? He takes us out of the places that we're in that give us these thoughts of, oh man, you're not worthy, you're not awesome, you're a loser kind of thing. And he's able to take us out of there and give us a joy that we would never understand. And the reason why, once again, he's able to do that, and that's the whole point of the gospel, is that Jesus loves you and that he came and died for you so that you could be with him, because he did what he needed to do. He laid down his life and he took the keys back from death so that we may live. And all we have to do is reach out our hand to him, okay? And remember, you know why? Because we are justified and we are redeemed, all right? And now, with that being said, another reason we get depressed and we get upset a lot and we start feeling about ourselves, and sometimes we just lose out on the love of life and joy of life, and we just don't want to do anything, because a lot of the times we'll get into something and we'll play video games, or we'll get into a sports team, or we'll get something new and we're like, yeah, I feel encouraged. I should have done this a long time. Oh man, I'm pumping iron like crazy. I feel so good, and everything's so awesome. And then what happens? That feeling goes away. The thing that you're filling your life with, it doesn't satisfy you anymore. So now I need a new car. I need a new workout regimen. I need a new game. I need new friends. Because obviously that one wasn't working. Obviously that one's not good enough. Or obviously I've outgrown that. But here's the thing. Jesus is never changing. Like it says in Hebrews 13:8. Jesus is the same yesterday and today and forevermore. So therefore we can put our trust and our hope in him, that he's still going to be there, and that the promises he made of us being justified by the grace and redeemed, it will always be there, because of the fact that he's the same. He is never changing, never wearing. He's the only perfect being to ever walk on this earth, the only perfect human, okay? And because of that, we can put our trust in him and know that he will always be there. Sometimes we might not feel like it, but you know why? It's because we let ourselves get distant. Not him. He's there. He's saying, child, I'm here, man. Jacob, I'm here. So-and-so, I'm here for you. Okay? He's here for all of us, and he was thinking about us when he died, so that we had that opportunity to come live. Because like it says in John 3:17, after, the iconic John 3:16 to 3:17, he says, for Jesus did not come to condemn the world, but to save it. So he came down here not to condemn us, to let us walk around in self-pity and unhappiness and self-turmoil and lose our self-esteem. He came out here so that we could live, and that we can be joyful, and that we can be happy and unsorrowful in him, because of who he is and what he offers, and that what he offers is life. And that is what is so important here. When you're feeling down, when you're feeling depressed, just remember that Jesus took the time and he was thinking about you. If you ever get to that point where you're like, oh, nobody cares about me, nobody really wants to do anything for me, Jesus did. He came and he took a beating for us, and he hung on that cross, and he died on that cross, so that you can have the true joy, an unabounding joy of love and grace and just riches in him, because that's the only consistent thing. Because everything on this earth passes away. This house is going to pass away. That bed's going to pass away. My phone's going to pass away. My equipment, these videos, YouTube, Facebook, it's all going to pass away. People are going to leave, come in and out of your life all the time. And even your ride or die person, as they say, they're going to fail you sometimes. It's going to happen, because we have sin in our lives. And the only way to not have that sorrowful and depression is to get rid of that sin. And the only reason we can do that is by giving it to Jesus, so that he can take it from us, and so that he can work on us to make us a better person and a better Christian, so that we can get that true joy, because we're having that connection, that relationship that us as human beings were supposed to have, that we lost when we sinned. Okay? So with that being said, just know that, in life, there's going to come times where you're going to be depressed. You're going to be upset. You're going to wake up not want to roll out of bed. You're going to wake up and be like, it's useless. It's pointless. There's nothing, worth living for anymore. But that's not true. Jesus is worth living for, okay? And sometimes it sounds like a bunch of hoopla. It sounds like a lot of hard work. You're like, oh, well, but I have to do this and I have to do that. And, oh, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. But that's for a specific reason, okay? Because here's the thing. You're like, oh, well, I can't watch these movies, or I can't listen to this music. But here's the thing. You listen to these music and you watch these movies, and you might be like, oh, I like the beat, or oh, I like the plot line. But the thing is the stuff's getting into you subconsciously. So that's what you're thinking about without even realizing you're thinking about. So that's kind of what sets your mind, all right? It's the same thing, okay? Imagine your mind as an empty glass, okay? If I clean pour water into it, is it going to get musty? Is it going to get stains? No. But if I pour dirty water in there, if I pour mud in there, if I pour ink in there, if I pour, something like that that's got that coloration, and it's got stuff in it, and more than just the clear water, okay, it's going to start staining that glass, and it's going to start being colluded, okay? So when you look through that glass, if it's clear water, you'll be able to see, right? But when you start putting a bunch of junk in your head and you get away from the things that you should, then it's just going to get built up and get dirty. And the same thing, like, say, your house isn't going to stay clean if you don't do anything about it. All right, your house isn't just going to be like, boom, all right? For you to clean, you have to work at it. For your house to be clean, you have to work at it. You have to go through and you have to pick up the trash. You have to pick up the stuff on the ground. You have to put the dishes away. Wash the dishes, okay? Man, my wife's going to love me speaking about this, because she's on me, you know. Love you, babe. But with that being said, is, you know, that's a good analogy, and that's something that we can all kind of relate to, you know, is nothing's going to get cleaned up and everything's going to get fixed if we don't work towards it, right? So if we're putting trash in our mind and if we're putting trash in our soul and the things that we think about, then that's all it's going to be there. But once you start, you know, reading the Bible and you start praying and you start putting Jesus first and you start reaching your hand out to him, that's when your life's going to start to change. That's when things are going to start to get a little bit better. Yeah, you're going to have some down days because we're human and we're going to screw up. But just like it says, we are justified freely by grace. And those that are justified freely by grace are the Christians. And those are the people that trust in Jesus. And the people that believe in what he did for us, okay? And so if you're not a Christian today, I really hope that you do take the chance. Just try praying, okay? Try reading the Bible. And not just reading the Bible like a book, but just like I'm saying with this Romans 3:23 thing, okay? I've used it several times over these videos, and I use it a lot, really, because here's the thing is once you dive into it and you get to the nitty gritty, if you actually look at what some of these things mean and you focus on more than just words, you focus on what's behind it, you read between the lines kind of thing, and you're able to reconcile and you're able to understand a little bit better and you're able to pull stuff from it, all right? And that's what's important here, is that you need to stop being a lukewarm Christian, as they say, or you need to stop being a fair weather fan, they say. Go for it. Do it. If you're going to do this thing, do it right, okay? And this goes for me too. There's some times where I have a hard time reading the Bible. I have a hard time focusing when I pray because I want to do a million other things, right? But you know what? I always have to tell myself and remind myself when I start, well, I'm supposed to be making a video and I'm supposed to be doing this ministry thing here on this YouTube thing, but, well, I have a hard time focusing, so I'm not really worth it. And there's nothing I can do, all right? I just have to turn to God and turn to heaven and just pray and be like, Lord, I fall short. I'm a sinner, and there's nothing I can do about that. But there actually is, because within you, when I trust in you, Jesus, and I remember what you did for me, and you given me the power to overcome these things, that's when I'm able to, get back in it, because we're going to stumble, but you just got to keep going. You have to keep going. All right, so with that, today's video is a little bit shorter. All right, you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. I really hope you enjoy this, but I'm going to pray right now, all right? And this is what I'm going to pray for, okay? I'm going to pray for us to be able to be steadfast in this, and that we're able to keep a mindset, a focused mindset, and that we're able to overcome, like I talked in my last video, which you should totally check out, to overcome, okay, these things that are holding us back, whether it be video games, sports, family sometimes, because we're so focused on it that we miss out on what's really going on and not making time for God like we need to, because that's part of our problem is we don't make time for God. There's plenty of times. I come home and I could totally go read my Bible. I could totally go pray, but you know what I do? I hop on the Xbox. I go watch a Cowboy game. I go watch a football game. All right, I watch hockey, stuff like that, and I take a nap. I go to sleep. I eat, unnecessary stuff, and instead of getting, the bread of life, which is Jesus, I fill my head with some other things, and I lose focus on stuff. All right. So that's what I'm going to pray for. I'm going to pray for focus. I'm going to pray for perseverance. I'm going to pray for steadfastness, okay? And for those of you, like I said, if you're not a Christian, I do appreciate you checking this out, and I really hope you're getting some good stuff, even those people that are Christians. But if you're a non-Christian, I just pray for you, and I hope that you'll just give this Bible a chance, okay? I'll give you this word, give you a chance. I pray that, you go out and you go find a church. You go talk to your friends, especially if you know some Christian friends, all right? See where they go to church. Go check it out with them. And have the open mind of, okay, let me see what's going on here. Okay, let me see what you got. Or, whatever. Because, the thing is that's enough. You going is just enough, regardless of your mindset. Because you put that mustard seed out there. You put that mustard seed by clicking on this video and listen to what I got to say here. And now it's up to God to do what's got to do, all right? So with that being said, Lord, I just want to thank you and I just praise you for this time that we've had to come together, even though we're not face to face right now, but to come together and read your word and kind of see what your word says about certain things, Lord, and to learn that we are justified freely by your grace, and that you've taken us to be righteous, that you stand in our place so that we can be righteous, that we can stand in heaven with you for eternity. And I just want to thank you for redeeming me, for taking me out of the dark places, for taking me out of my past, Lord, and take me out of that sin. And as you continue to work on me and continue to take me out, Lord, so that I'm able to focus more on you and I'm able to understand more of you, and you know, I'm coming to you more, Lord. I ask and pray for everybody that views this video, Christian and non-Christian, Lord, lukewarm or proactive Christian, Lord. I just pray that they don't hear me, Lord, in these words and in this message, Lord, but they hear you and they hear about your love and they come to understand who you are and everything that you do. I praise you and I thank you in Jesus' holy name. Amen. All right, with that said, guys, this is another video. Once again, thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. Like I said, we're not necessarily face to face, but I really do appreciate your time. You're setting out time to come hear what Jesus has to say through me and see what I've learned. All right, and I just want to thank you. And if you want to, I told myself I really wasn't going to do this, but go ahead and click that subscribe. That way you can stay up, you know, and especially if you like this or if you want to make fun of it, whatever, you know. It's at this point, you know, I'm taking the mustard seed and putting it out there, and it's up to Jesus to do the work, because he's the Savior, not me. He's the one that's going to make a difference, not me. So if you subscribe, you can keep up to date, and you can share these videos to your friends and let them see what they think. If you're skeptical about Christianity, if you're skeptical about me, go ahead and share it anyways. Be like, hey, what do you think about this guy? Do you think what he's saying is true? Go do it. Share it. Share it. Let them say. And you know what? If you have comments, if you have concerns, feel free. Leave comments, man. Tell me what you honestly think. I can take it. I know that's opened up a whole can of worms, but that's what I want. I want feedback from you, and don't be afraid. Let me know how it is. And if you don't want to leave it on the comments here on YouTube, you can always email me at Jsrose Ministries, JSROSE MINISTRIES at gmail.com, and just let me know what you think, and I'll get back with you. And I love to talk to you, and I love to get to know these people that are watching these videos, and I really want to know what y'all think. And if there's something that y'all want me to cover, if y'all want me to look at something or whatever, I'll do my best. And you know, maybe you'll see it in a video here, and I'm open to suggestions. And I just, like I said, main thing is, it's not me. This isn't my channel. This is God's channel. All right, this is about Him ultimately, and this is about that's just another platform for His word to get out, because He doesn't need me. He really doesn't. He doesn't need Christians, but He loves us so much that He gives us the opportunity to go out and tell people about Him so that He can go out and reach the world. And I just appreciate it. And all right, so with that being said, love you guys. Thank you for coming out. See you next time.